Now, Angela, it's been claimed this week that Prince Harry may be a drag on Meghan Markle's brand rather than the other way around. What are your thoughts on that?
Look, I've seen this and I've been wondering about it, thinking, who is the person that's more of a liability to the other? Look, we know that Meghan's a sophisticated woman. Harry's not that intelligent. There's been a lot of focus pulled to Harry's book and Meghan would not have been happy to have featured on South Park. But in all honesty, I think Team Sussex is in free fall. I genuinely do. I think the fact that Meghan was not there really supporting Harry in the Spare tour, that, as he was doing his publicity, the fact she's not going to the coronation, I'm really worried about this couple. All they have is each other. They don't have connections with their family on both sides. I mean, of course, Meghan has Doria, but she's fallen out with her father and wider family. Now, of course, Harry's fallen out with his family. They are not a couple who are practiced in being conciliatory. So if there are problems within their relationship or there are conflicts of interest between what they want to do in the future, and if Meghan wants to sort of style herself as a Gwyneth Paltrow Goop Part 2, then Harry is going to be a problem around that. And I don't think that they have the communication skills to navigate that sort of territory. So, yeah, I don't know if it's one or the other as a liability. I think both of them are no longer a team.
And Bronte, I think that's a really good point. Once the coronation has passed and it's out of the news, and I know we talk about this often, but what's there to sustain the Sussex's brand?
Really, that is the million-dollar question. And that's what we've been asking since the Queen passed away last year and Harry was brought back into the fold of the royals, so to speak, because he was over there, of course, for the funeral, and as was Meghan. And then, of course, there was all the conversation around whether or not they'd go to the coronation. There was a Netflix series, The Book. They've absolutely been in the media and in the spotlight. But after the coronation, where does that go? What's next for them? I will say I'm hesitant to say that they've surely fired all their shots at the royals, because whenever I've said that in the past, they seem to have had more. But I do believe that the memoir was Harry's final shot, it seems. But then, of course, will Meghan then be left with the only option to release a memoir of her own? I don't really know what comes next for them. And it does seem like there's not really a clear strategy in place, nor has there been for some time.
No, I think that's definitely a fair observation. Now, Angela, it'll come as no surprise to you, and again, we've talked about this before, the relationship between William and Harry remains at all-time lows, but apparently there's some development this week.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of questioning about what's going to happen at the coronation, and the fact is that apparently that this relationship is worse than we think. It's just on its knees, the relationship between William and Harry, and look, there's a lot of thought about how they will be positioned at Westminster Abbey during the coronation. I don't think we'll see them sitting next to each other. In fact, I don't think they will exchange a word over that day. The reports are saying that Harry is going to jump on a plane as soon as the coronation is over. By my calculations, that would put him on a plane. He couldn't be on a plane before 3 o'clock. And the whole thing is that he's going to be there back for Archie's birthday. He won't get back to LA till 7 o'clock at night. It's ludicrous. But from William's point of view, seriously, is this man, Harry, his brother, or is he someone who sees him as a content provider now? If you think about the details that were given away in Spare about William, about his temper, about the argument that they have, about his genitalia, about his wife, he has criticised his brother in all the most personal, private areas of his life. I don't think there is ever going to be a reconciliation.
That is absolutely a possibility. And Bronte, just on Archie's birthday, that is the day of the coronation, invitations have gone out. So who's coming?
Well, we don't know 100% who's going yet, but actually there's been some talk that the party may actually happen on the Sunday because, as Angela's just mentioned, so we know Harry will be leaving the UK shortly after the coronation ceremony, which is happening Saturday morning, same day as Archie's birthday. So the party may actually be on the Sunday itself. What we do know is that it's going to be a low-key celebration at their Montecito mansion. The guest list is still not confirmed, but you can be pretty sure that their neighbours, Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi, will be there because they flew over to the UK to meet Archie when he was first born, and they're quite close friends with Harry and Meghan. People like Oprah Winfrey are likely to be on the guest list. Doria, Meghan's mum, will of course be there. You've also got people like George and Amal Clooney, who they're really close with, and their twins are around the same age as Archie. And, of course, Serena Williams, who is Meghan's best friend. Her daughter is also around the same age. So it looks like it'll be an intimate party and a pretty A-list guest list, actually.
Can I just say,
well,
Caroline,
no
that sounds the most boring party, doesn't
Angela.
it? I just want to say, if you're a 4-year-old, do you want those people to be there? Like, you could have all your cousins in Britain, you know, all those people gathered. Why didn't they take Archie? He could play with all his cousins and he'd actually have a really nice time rather than all these famous celebrities who are like 4 decades older than him. Sorry.
Well, you would wonder, but you wonder who the party's actually for when that there is actually the guest list.